This meal should have made me gain weight. It should have spiked my blood sugar, crashed my energy, and had me hungry again in an hour. But it didn't. And the crazy part is, I didn't even realize what I did right till I actually looked into the science behind it. Most people think sugar is the problem. So what do? They try to cut it out completely. No cereal, no carbs, no bad foods. And it works for a week. Then they crash, they binge, and they feel like they failed. But the truth is, sugar isn't the real problem. The real problem is how your body processes it. So this is what I ate. I had cereal, and cereal is basically fast carbs and sugar. If I ate that by itself, I already know what would have happened. Quick energy, then a crash, then I'm hungry again. But I didn't stop there. I added whole milk, then strawberries, then Greek yogurt. And after that, I even took the leftover milk and added more Greek yogurt and chia seeds. At the time, I wasn't thinking science. I was just trying to make it better. But that one decision changed everything. Let's break this down. When you eat sugar or fast carbs by themselves, your body breaks them down into glucose really fast. That glucose enters your bloodstream quickly, and your blood sugar spikes. And when that happens, your body releases insulin. Insulin's job is to move that sugar out of your blood and into your cells. But when the spike is big, the response is big, and that's where the crash comes from. Energy drops, hunger comes back, and you end up eating again, even if you didn't need to. But here's where everything changed. I didn't eat the cereal by itself. I added protein and fiber, and that completely changed how my body responded to the meal. Let's start with protein. The milk and the Greek yogurt added a solid amount of protein. And protein does something important. It slows down digestion. So instead of the carbs breaking down instantly, everything moves slower. That means glucose enters your bloodstream gradually, instead of all at once. So instead of a spike, you get a smoother rise. Then there's fiber. The strawberries, and especially the chia seeds, added fiber to the meal. And fiber does something different. It slows absorption. It literally delays how fast sugar can enter your bloodstream. So now you've got slower digestion and slower absorption, which means even more control. But here's the part that really matters. It's not just protein or just fiber, it's the combination. When you mix carbs, protein, and fiber together, you change the entire metabolic response of the meal. Same cereal, completely different outcome. Instead of a sharp spike, you get a steady curve, stable energy, less hunger, more control. But the most important part isn't protein alone or fiber alone. It's the combination. When you combine carbs, protein, and fiber, you change the entire metabolic response of the meal. Same food, different outcome. Instead of a sharp spike, you get a steady curve. Instead of a crash, you get stable energy. Instead of constant hunger, you stay full longer. And that changes everything, because this isn't just about science, it's about behavior. When your energy is stable, you don't feel the need to snack constantly. When you stay full longer, you naturally eat less throughout the day. And when you're not crashing, it's easier to stay consistent. That's the part nobody talks about. Fat loss doesn't come from one perfect meal. It comes from consistent behavior. And consistent behavior becomes easier when your body isn't working against you. I went from 288 to 265, and I didn't do that by starving. I didn't cut out everything I like. I didn't go extreme. I just started making small adjustments, adding protein, adding fiber, balancing my meals. And those small changes started adding up. Most people fail because they try to be perfect, but real progress doesn't come from perfection. It comes from small, smart decisions, repeated consistently. So next time you eat something bad, don't remove it, fix it. And this is where it starts to go even deeper. Because once you understand how to control a single meal, you can start controlling your entire day. And most people never get to this level because they stay stuck thinking about individual foods instead of patterns. What I started realizing is that it wasn't just that one bowl that worked, it was the pattern behind it. Because if you repeat that same structure across your day, you don't just avoid spikes, you create stability from morning to night. And that's where real change happens. Because think about it, if your breakfast spikes and crashes, you're more likely to snack before lunch. If your lunch spikes and crashes, you're more likely to overeat later. And by the time the day is over, it's not one bad decision, it's a chain reaction. But if your meals are balanced, your energy stays steady, your hunger stays controlled, and your decisions start improving automatically. That's what people don't realize. Your body isn't just reacting to food, it's influencing your behavior. And when your biology is working against you, discipline feels impossible. But when your biology is working with you, everything starts to feel easier. And that's exactly what started happening to me. I wasn't forcing myself to eat less, I just wasn't as hungry. I wasn't forcing myself to avoid snacks. I just didn't feel the need for them as much. And that's a completely different experience. Because now you're not fighting yourself every day. You're aligned with what your body actually needs. And once that clicked, I started paying attention to something else. Not just what I ate, but when I started feeling hungry again. Because before, it felt random. Sometimes I'd eat and be hungry an hour later. Other times, I'd be fine for hours. But now, I could see the pattern clearly. Meals that were unbalanced left me hungry faster. Meals that were balanced kept me full longer. And that gave me real feedback. Not guesswork, not, I think this is healthy, but actual results I could feel. And that's when you start learning your body. Not from an app, not from a strict plan, but from awareness. And that awareness is powerful, because once you have it, you stop relying on rules, and you start making decisions in real time. That's a completely different level, because now, no matter what situation you're in, you can adjust, you can adapt, you can make it work. And that's what makes this sustainable. Because life isn't perfect. You're not always going to have the perfect meal. You're not always going to be in control of everything you eat. But if you understand how to balance what's in front of you, you don't need perfect conditions. You just need awareness. And this is where most diets fail people. They only work in perfect conditions. Meal prep, exact portions, strict rules. But the moment life gets unpredictable, those systems break because they were never flexible. They were rigid, and rigid systems don't last. But this is flexible because it's based on principles, not rules. And principles travel with you. You can use them anywhere. At home, at a restaurant, at a family event, it doesn't matter. You can look at a meal and instantly know how to improve it. And that's a skill, that's something you carry with you. And the more you use it, the more automatic it becomes. You stop thinking about it so much. It just becomes how you eat. And that's when things really start to change. Because now, you're not on a diet. You've changed your behavior. And behavior is what drives results. Not motivation, not temporary discipline, but consistent behavior over time. And that's how the weight actually comes off. Not in one big moment, but through small decisions that add up. Day after day, meal after meal. And another thing I started noticing was how this affected my energy throughout the day. Before, I'd have moments where I felt good, and then suddenly I'd feel drained. And I thought that was normal. I thought that's just how people feel. But it wasn't random. It was tied to how I was eating. Spikes, then crashes. Good for a moment, then tired again. But once my meals became more balanced, that started to level out. I wasn't getting those sharp highs and lows anymore. It felt more steady, more controlled. And that made everything easier. Working out felt easier, walking felt easier. Even just getting through the day felt easier. And that's something people overlook. Because when your energy is off, everything feels harder. But when your energy is stable, everything becomes more manageable. And that feeds into consistency again. Because now you're not just eating better, you're living better, and it all connects. Your food affects your energy affects your activity affects your results. It's all one system. Now you see the difference. Most people stay stuck right here, but you don't have to. Click this video, it shows you exactly what to do next. And if you're trying to level up for real, subscribe, let's get it.